Right there is 8-week-old Halo. She's chewing on a turkey back right now. Behind her is a fish. And over here we have my Blue Bay Shepherd Kurgan eating a frozen fish. In the background there you see Ulu also eating a fish. Ulu is currently in the kennel because she's in heat and I want to separate her from Kurgan. If you'd like to learn more about how to feed the B.A.R.F diet to your dogs, I have a whole bunch of links in the video description that'll answer any questions you might have. I ask that you look through those first before you ask me any questions in the comments. This is a post-hike snack for Kurgan. He and Lobo were out hiking today. Lobo's in the house eating his fish. So is Ogren, for those who will ask. Again, Ulu is in heat. That's why she's separated from the other dogs. Ulu working on a turkey back. Again, just to show that raw food fed dogs are not aggressive. I can touch any of my dogs when they're eating. It's good to start handling your dogs when they're feeding, when they're young, to get them used to that. It prevents things like food aggression. It's a lot easier problem to deal with in a puppy than it is in an adult. And so it's always good to begin working on those things at a young age. Let me have that for Ulu. Again, I'm introducing halo to fish here. This is her first time being introduced to fish. That fish was frozen, so I wanted to give Kurgan a chance to chew on it a bit so then she could have an easier time working on it. You know, when you feed puppies like this in a group setting with the adults and they get to see the type of foods the adults are using, I find they're much more apt to try and eat new foods. And so often when I introduce something new like fish like this with a puppy, I'll do it with other dogs that are eating it as well. I have some really good videos on my channel down below. If you look back last year around May and on, that show me socializing my puppies with food. I recommend you check those out if that interests you. Now, raw bones are perfectly safe for your dogs. It's cooked bones that are dangerous. Canines are designed to eat and process raw bones. They've been doing it for millions of years of evolution. Now the fins on this type of fish and the scales are totally fine too. If it was a catfish, a bullhead, or an eel pout, I would remove those sharp spines that are on the dorsal and pectoral fins. But otherwise on other fish, the fins and spines are not an issue. You know, she's had plenty of training over the last several weeks on chicken wings that she knows how to chew up and process some of this stuff, which is why I'm starting to introduce things without crushed bone now, like the fish and turkey necks and backs. And again, like with my adults, I start touching and handling my puppies right away when they're eating food, and it gets them used to that. You know, you can see she doesn't try to guard the food or pull away or growl, and that's because I've been doing that for the last several weeks, and she knows I'm not a threat to what she's eating. Ulu's done with hers and she says, I want more. Now this isn't a full meal for my dogs, it's just kind of a snack. They'll get their full meal with organ meat and a little bit of veggies or fruits for fiber, along with some more raw meaty bones later on today. If you're interested in knowing what a standard raw meal looks like for my dogs, I have a number of videos in my raw feeding playlist that I put in the video description that will show you what that looks like. You lost it. You left it for Kurgan. Kurgan says you snooze, you lose. Well, that right there was a quick clip of Halo being introduced to fish for the first time. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit that little notification bell down below if you liked it a lot, and you'll get notifications when my new videos come out. Again, if you have any questions at all, I ask that you look at the numerous links I provided in the video description before you ask them in the comments. That's why I provide them. They explain any answers you might have to your questions in a lot more detail than I can in a brief comment, and that's where I'm going to direct you anyways if you ask me. That's all. Bye. She's growling at Kurgan. Get away from the food. I don't want kisses right now. You get fish breath. Bye.